What is up, everybody? Welcome to the DJ Dads podcast. I know that I am fuzzy right now. I've tried everything I possibly could. We're going to eventually get it figured out. So all I can tell you is just listen in, because what we're saying is more important than looking at us. And if you want a visual, just look at Kyle. Don't look at me. I have some big alpha that we're really going to share throughout this episode, but especially at the end, I'm going to give you some alpha on something that you can do today that is completely free. So stay tuned for that. We are a little bit later today than we usually are because it is the one and only Kyle Wilson's birthday. Happy birthday, Kyle.
Hey. Thank you.
If you're in chat,
Much
be sure
appreciated.
to give Kyle a happy birthday, a warm welcoming. So what's up, Kyle? What's good, man?
Man, nothing. Just like you said, it's just my birthday. Just working hard. Just did a video with a pretty big, I guess creator, owns a platform that's coming out soon. A little bit of alpha there, but that's not on my channel. It's going to be on Paul's, but just a heads up on that one.
Awesome, man. Yeah, sweet. So me and you've been talking for a while, and we're just gonna rip the Band-Aid right off about dot swoosh. Did you see the recent? Yeah, did you see the recent announcement?
Yeah, the partnership with the EA Sports, which is pretty exciting. Yeah.
Do you actually mind pulling that up on your end? I feel like if I pull it up, it's going to be fuzzy. It's going to be like pixelated like I am right now.
I think it's just your camera, but I'll pull it up. Let's see if I can find it.
I mean, I have it up right now, so I guess you can tell me if it's fuzzy or not. Tito said, "Nice, happy birthday, Kyle."
Cheers. Thank you. Thanks.
I need a
Thanks, Tito.
happy birthday soundboard.
Yeah.
Here I can share it. Just let me know if it's fuzzy or not. How's that look?
It's not bad. It's not bad. It's
We'll
a little laggy. And all of a sudden, now that you're smaller, like
my connection just changed. It's weird that it's like that. But anyways, just to catch you up on the announcement, this is the dot swoosh and EA Nike collab. We can go ahead and look. It's only 9 seconds. Let's look at it together.
I mean, it's so laggy. It's hard to see through the lag. I can just share my screen. I got it. I got it pulled up.
Okay, yeah, here, try that then.
All right.
We'll see that's better.
All right. Scroll down. So there's that coming soon. Dot swoosh. Some football, soccer, because that's how we call it in America, and EA. So they're probably going to obviously do like the video games partnership there.
Yeah, so is that what you think? This is going to be some type of game tied to it or what?
Yeah, I think it's obviously EA games, so they're definitely going to integrate EA Sports, which obviously, like, as you know, there's Madden, FIFA, that kind of stuff. So
oh no, we just lost Kyle. Oh no. At least my connection's a little better, so I'm sure he'll be back. What Kyle was going on saying was this dot swoosh thing that we gave you guys early alpha on just officially teamed up with EA Sports. They put a little game controller, a little soccer ball, a little football, give a whole lot more information. He's back. What's up, Kyle? What's that?
I said I rugged.
Yeah, man, you were like mid-sentence. You remember what you were saying?
No, I just all I said is like I think they'll be doing like Madden, FIFA kind of thing. So I don't think it's going to be too surprising, but it's really cool because like Nike, the utility that they're bringing, that's kind of going to further the narrative that big brands want to do. They want to do things in kind of the utility department. You're seeing it in gaming. I've been predicting and saying like there's going to be integrations in games, like where games going to lead the way in terms of like massive, like mainstream adoption. So again, this is one of those things where it's like, hey, kind of told you so, like Web3 games, like games in general. This is kind of the way, right?
Heck yeah, man. Did you buy any boxes?
Yeah, I bought 2 boxes. So okay, I was thinking about maxing out the mint, but I didn't want to tick off my wife. So I was like, I've already been spending like hundreds of dollars on Ordinal and all kinds of stuff and the space in general. So I was like, man, if I spend one more dime, I might like actually get thrown out of my own house. And so I was like, all jokes aside, I bought 2. What about you?
Yeah, I bought 3, and I mean, yeah, it's similar to you. It's different when it's fiat, because it comes directly from your bank account, so it's not like your, like, side fun stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So it is a little different, and then it also the public drop happened at the same time as Cryptoys, and then the
Mm.
Cryptoys were, like, I don't know, $50 or something like that. So I was, like, buying Cryptoys and dot swooshes, and I was like, "Man, this is coming directly out of her bank account, so I don't wanna, like, red alert the wife." So I bought 3 dot swooshes, and I'm happy with it.
Same, same.
The whole collector's 3, 1 to keep, 1 to decide what I want to do with later, 1 to flip. So yeah, that's what I went
Or
with.
it
And
could just be like me and just hold it to 0.
yeah, yeah, we do enjoy
Just kidding.
doing that on this show. It looks like that 50,000 swoosh members participated in the launch of the first OF1 collection. So shout out to all 50,000 of you, even though only 8 of you are watching this right now.
Was
Um,
the would the did the mints max out? Or, like, I wonder how many minted total, because I think there's, like, 83,000 boxes available.
yeah, it didn't mint out, which I expected.
Same, same.
I thought they had like 103,000 available. I'm not 100%
Kinda
sure.
kinda bullish for, like, people that did collect it, though. I thought about just maxing out the mint for that reason, because I figured it might be a back house situation where,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah.
I was thinking exactly the back cow situation because they're supposed to be like 100, no, like 200 something thousand cows, which I always thought was a little,
OBL.
and there ended up not being that many. So it ended
Yeah,
up
what's
being
going
like,
on, OBL? We got Rob in the chat. Cool
yeah, what's up?
Mo, I grabbed 3.
But yeah, with that cow is like they kind of forced scarcity because only like 12,000, only like a fraction supply minted, and then they burnt the rest of the supply. So we kind of see this with dot swoosh, but they still sold a lot. I mean, they sold more than I thought they would. I'm not gonna lie. So so we'll see what they do with that. And I think it's bullish that they sold a lot. That's some funds that they can use for capital for this specific project. Not that Nike doesn't have the funds already, but at least now they have some funds directly for this department. And yeah, what's up, chat? We got Rob in here. Rob got 4. OBL said afternoon, gents. Some Web3 games enter the VR MR space. Yeah, we're actually going to talk about this in a bit. I want to get Kyle's opinion on this, especially after the Quest 3 announcement today and Apple and a few. And then we got Cool Mo said that he grabbed 3. Kyle, I specifically want to address the Apple Quest today. Can you pull up your tweet on that just so it looks better and kind of give us, whatever you have on that?
Yeah, let me see if I don't know if I tweeted about the Apple Quest or the Apple Quest. I mean the Meta Quest 3. Let me just pull up an image of that.
Yeah, so I actually like woke up to your tweet about the Apple headset. I don't really keep up with that as much. Like I've like I know kind of each model that they're coming out with, but I haven't been like on the whatever. Is it like a pre-sale or a whitelist that you signed up for? Like their version of it or
For what? The Apple?
yeah.
No, so this is the MetaQuest 3. For the Apple, they haven't actually announced anything yet, but everybody's speculating June 5th is when the WWC DC Apple event is, and that's where that everybody's saying that they're going to announce the Apple headset. So actually, technically, there's nothing, no specs or data available to know what it's going to look like or what anything is yet. But so we're 4 days away. It's going to be one of the most hyped events like in tech. Now Meta did they kind of front ran this thing and did well, really Apple is on the back end because Meta I think already had this actually scheduled. So Apple is actually the one kind of stealing the thunder from Meta here. So Meta Quest 3, you can see it's got a pass through lens right now. So a few pass through lenses. So this is going to be one of their best headsets to date. They're boasting it's smaller. Uh, let's just roll the clip here and pause the audio.
Let me pause
But
you real quick. I thought Meta was like giving up on Metaverse.
absolutely not. So that's the thing that I've been kind of saying, and I know Paul's been saying on the channel as well. Is like, you know, metaverse is definitely not going away. And actually, with AI, and what I've been trying to tell people with AI, the development of the metaverse is actually going to be exponential and increase because. Again, that's what I've been trying to tell people on my Twitter timeline is like with AI, things are going to be exponential. You're seeing game development be, there's going to be map making, there's going to be avatars, and it's going to be at scale. versus the limitations of what developers can actually build in games right now, which is a lot of their own physical labor and their own brain power. But when you have AI really helping with the creation process of maps and characters and things like that, then that's going to exponentially grow the metaverse. And not only that, the actual tech side as well. So Nvidia announced that they're going to basically allow scale, or they have AI that can scale chip making process, the actual chip making process, which I actually tweeted this morning about. And we can get into that here in just a little bit. But that's the Meta Quest 3 in a nutshell, right there. We can
Dude,
kind of keep rolling the
Nvidia
clip,
crossed
but
the $1 trillion market cap today as well.
yeah, yeah, and that's something I've been covering NVIDIA a lot in the Substack for Paul and really on my channel since the past year on the Omniverse, what NVIDIA's been doing in terms of their avatars and their AI, and even their hardware tech stack as well with the H100 supercomputers, which are
Yeah.
I think it's like $200,000 per computer, but you can basically clump those computers together and make a super node, which basically it runs AI. Like it's like dedicated to running AI processes. So it's the literal brain of an AI supercompute. So all these companies like Oracle, Google, even or maybe not Amazon, but ChatGPT, they're all going to use NVIDIA's super nodes that like basically power the AI, and that's why NVIDIA stock has done so well. So they literally have cornered the market on AI, like on the back end. So you have their super compute, basically nodes or systems, and then you have like on the other side, they're graphically or they're doing. There's just so much they're doing, Chris. Like the chip making process, the back end to run the actual like chat GPTs, and then they have the hardware or the software in Omniverse to create these avatars to implement the AI. So they literally have cornered some of the most important parts of the metaverse, and they're not calling it the metaverse yet. They're strategically just marketing these things like in terms of AI, but they know dang well that that's where it's going is the metaverse, and they're calling the metaverse they're calling it Web3 in their terminology. And they think of Web3 as different than what we call Web3. So it's very interesting.
I was looking for a little bit more information on the Nvidia. I know the stock itself went up like upwards of 25% in one day, which is pretty insane for a blue chip stock. And I don't want to like missay this. That's why I was looking for it, but I can't find it. But it like moved its way up the S&P 500 a lot. Again, I don't want to misstate it. I want to say like maybe even like top 20 or something, but I can't find it where I was reading that earlier. So,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah, it's a $1 trillion company, and I've been let me see if I can pull up this other tab, Chris, if you want to throw that up there.
do you have any Nvidia stock?
I wish I did. I've been calling it for the past year. I didn't think it was going to triple. I knew it was going to do good. I knew it was going to like at least double. I've been
Bro,
saying there.
my last purchase in stocks was a Nvidia stock
Is there any
option, like
way to
a
make this?
call action.
Yeah, is there any way to
Actually,
make this bigger?
I'd
This
rather
one right
see
here.
I'd rather see your face. It's your birthday, man. Yeah,
All right.
if you're
So
late to chat, it's Kyle
there we go.
Wilson's.
There we go.
Drop him a happy birthday in the comments, and it would be a real happy birthday to him if you give this video a like for the YouTube algorithms.
All right, so yeah, you can see TSMC, ASML. Those are like the most the highest end, the top companies in semiconductor like chip making process. So you can see there the cost savings. So this is like basically them talking about scaling the actual like semiconductor process, which are the actual chips that go in the headsets and in these like in your computer and your phone. So this is vastly important to scaling humanity in a nutshell. Like, the benefits of, what we're going to see, that's going to benefit society. You're talking about like AI preventing car crashes. You're talking about AI, detecting medical abnormalities in people. You're talking about AI, um, producing AR, like basically scaling AR to where, maybe we can just wear glasses and experience education in new ways and be able to like not have to learn entire different languages and talk to each other and just be able to read what somebody's saying or maybe have headphones in and it just immediately so this is why it's so important to have these things like what NVIDIA is doing in terms of AI. And you can see here, this is the supercomputer I was talking about called the H100 hopper here. But you can see this is like, you combine a bunch of these H100 supercomputers, and it makes a giant like supercompute kind of like node, if you will. And you can see up to 4 times higher AI training on ChatGPT-3. And there's like, I mean, they're doing a lot. Like Nvidia's in high demand. Like people don't realize it, but I mean, it's really impressive what they're doing.
Heck yeah, man. Super bullish on the future of Nvidia. And I wish I'd have held my stocks in them. I almost liquidated my stock portfolio to go into crypto a couple years ago, and I've only bought like a little bit back since. But yeah, it's pretty interesting that this is, like you said, scaling humanity. I mean, that's a pretty big leap for a tech company.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, like, yeah, it's just I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. Like you can see, here's a better picture of what I was talking about just a minute ago. But you can combine these into a giant, like what an AI server. That's what they're calling it, an AI like super server. And these again have tensor cores, which are actual AI processing cores inside their computers. And even your GPU, Chris, both mine and yours right now have tensor cores dedicated in your graphics card in like all the NVIDIA GPUs, which they help accelerate your graphics. But in this use case, it's helping accelerate AI and the processing, like the compute power, the literal brain of AI. And so that's why NVIDIA is so important. And I do have another slide in terms of, let's see if I can pull up the stuff we're seeing out of AWE, which is more so um, on the VR AR side. So kind of flipping back to this topic.
While you're pulling that up, I just do want to say to chat, I do have some big alpha that I want to bring to your attention at the end of this video. It's something that's going on right now. I will say this right now, while Kyle's pulling that up too. The company that I've worked for in Web3 for over a year is an NFT tracking tool. I'm not saying this to give you the pitch on why it's bullish or not bullish, but they actually just opened their Discord to the public for free for ordinals and BRC20 alpha. So if you're interested in staying in the loop for BRC20s and ordinals, Kyle and I both have been covering these pretty heavily. We just changed our PFPs to some orange. I got my Bitcoin
Hey,
orange.
since day one, baby, on the DJ and
Uh,
Dad podcast too. Like
yeah, we've been
super
talking
early,
about this
sub
super
20K,
early. Yeah, super
super duper
early.
early. Yeah. How's that
And
make you
yes,
feel?
bittersweet, man. So the reason I say bittersweet is because I wish I was better quality when saying this. Like I made my video sub 10K, literally watching the first 10K ordinals, and we were talking about it under the first like couple thousand. Trevor, like my boss, like I swear the first day that ordinals were like public knowledge, like there wasn't even like 1,000 of them, was like, hey guys, you should check out ordinals. So the reason I say it's bittersweet is because as far as content goes, I've been an advocate for it since day one. But as far as loading up goes, it's one of those in hindsight, I wish I'd have taken the time to like accumulate. The reason I didn't is because it wasn't nearly, they didn't have the UI that they have now and the access. So
It
like
was tough back then for sure. Yeah.
in order to inscribe, like really the first like 100,000, but especially the first 10,000, you needed to set up a Bitcoin node, which I'm sure you're aware of, Kyle. I'm
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
I've never done that before. And then you needed to like go through like a couple of extra hoops, and I just didn't have the time for it. I have 2 kids. I got a couple jobs. Like I've been so busy.
Same.
So
I was in the same. I did the same thing.
yeah, so like I didn't load up like I wish I would have, but at least I made content on it and like pointed people in the right direction. And I know you have as well. So there's a lot of people that did do well on it, and it's just cool to kind of be part of history with that. So yeah, it's been pretty cool, man. But all that being said, Ninja Alerts. This isn't even the alpha that I was going to say for the end. The Ninja Alerts Discord is an alpha Discord for all things BRC20s, all things ordinals. In order to find the Discord, you could probably just go to @Ninja Alerts. It's also in the bio of my Twitter, and click the Discord from there and to be able to join. So just keep that in mind as we go throughout this episode.
Yeah, Ninja Alert. They've been around for a long time, and helps you track what the NFTs in the market. So definitely a good platform, super fast, and tracks like whale wallets and all kinds of stuff. So Is Chris
Oh
filming in
yeah,
a toaster? Says your scalper.
bro. I got a
And
new
a
modem.
potato.
I got a new modem, a new router, and I upgraded my internet to 1 gig. I've literally have no idea why my connection's the way that it is.
Oh yeah, I got that showcase too from AWE. It's gonna be around like AR
I'll drop
and
myself.
VR. Oh, he's gonna. I think he's gonna. Oh, there he. Okay. All right. So you see, this is like AWE, the kind of conference around AR VR. You can see that this is Niantic integrating AI powered experience called W or Wall. Then there's going to be the Double Point, which is a smartwatch application to enable touch interactions for Quest Pro and other devices. Then you have RP1. It's going to allow you to build and stream multiplayer real time virtual worlds from AR, VR, desktop, and mobile in a web based deployment. Or did it say deployment? Yeah, deployment. Sony Music and Entertainment are showcasing their Project PV, to use 3D scanning technology to bring physical items into virtual worlds, which is pretty cool. Both high-end Sony Alpha camera powered rig and simple mobile application scanning are being leveraged. Pretty neat stuff. This one's going to be from Sense Glove. They have iterated their Nova haptic globe designed to include a strap to enable feedback, not just your fingertips, but also to the palm of your hand. So there you go with the haptic suits and things like that. So like Ready Player One type stuff.
Oh yeah,
Um,
for sure. With a happy.
surgery, you have the HoloLight, um, for cloud-based high fidelity experiences. Oh, here's one that is like pretty cool is the Tilt 5, where you have like these basically hologram in AR. So like you get like a super you can like basically throw this on your table and play like games with anybody in the world or your family around the table, which I find really cool. I'm definitely going to probably get one of these in the future, just because how cool it is. Because I have kids and I think this is going to be a blast.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. The interesting ones are going to be, let's see, let me scroll down. This one, X Real. I think they actually in Real actually rebranded to X Real. So, because they're going to go after like the mixed reality stuff like Apple and Meta. So, um, let's see, Leia, Ant Reality. This might be the same company that does Ant Mining. So, haptics. Now it says showcase with Lowe's Innovation Labs and multiplayer experience with their haptic glove technology. So another haptic glove. Magic Leap was a big one. They had the biggest or they had the longest line at the event. That one is, I think they partnered up with Meta as well. So they have a lot of medical application. They're big into medical, and they're one of the like oldest players in the space. So Magic Leap, that's going to be a big one to watch out for. It. X Real again, showcasing X-Rail Air and X-Rail Beam, spatial display glasses and accessories, all under $500. And of course, Meta Quest. Now they have the Quest 3, which is at $500 price point. So it's going to be more expensive than the last generations. And they're discounting, I think, the Quest 2 at like $299 or something like that. So just a heads up on the pricing. And then, of course, Lenovo. And then there's other headsets out there like HTC Vive and things like that. So, anyways, a little bit of new stuff coming out of these AR VR platforms out there.
Heck yeah, man. I was gonna grab it, but I don't even know where it's at. But I actually have a Quest. I like it. I like it a lot. I don't use it all the time, but I do think like a lighter version would be great. And I know a lot of the things like when I do use it, it's very family oriented. Like we play games like with family. So, I think that's pretty cool to be able to incorporate that. Do you think that all of the AR, VR, mixed reality like is good for the future of VV?
Yeah, I think yeah, obviously it is. I just don't know how ready VVs are going to be in terms of integrating like whatever headset or platform, or I think it's going to be based on how Cavernous helps VV there, because that's the company that they went with, and I think they're going to rely heavily on Cavernous to develop their application and their software. So a lot of it's going to be not dependent on VV but Cavernous. So I think that's going to be the big thing to look out for. I don't know how far they are. They have to like basically go into every asset and do the fine tuning, I'm sure. So
So
it's like
I was actually
so
gonna
it's
bring
in
that up. They had
yeah.
something pretty controversial. Let's see. Okay, here I found it. I found it. Granted, my screen's going to be a little blurry when I bring it up, so hopefully you can just like we'll kind of walk you through it and like and listen to it. But
Mhm.
they're talking about the VV verse, and I don't know if you saw this tweet. It was on May 23rd. I'm sure you saw it. But for those of you that didn't see it, I'll go ahead and pull it up, and I'll read it because I know that my screen might be blurry. I'm not the whole thing, but it says that they were talking about the VVverse update. It says there are almost 1,000 collectibles to be converted and reviewed. So that was kind of controversial, man, because like there's a lot of collectibles and comics on the app, but right now it looks like there's 1,000 that are actually um going to be going to be converted and reviewed. So I mean, we're taking that as like out of all the collectibles on the app, like is there only 1,000 that like are like compatible?
Yeah, that's a lot of questions, like, too, that I was asking myself, like, when they tweeted that, like, what does that mean, converted and reviewed? And that's what a lot of us were kind of like the I guess not the smart that's smart is the wrong way to
More tech
say, I guess
more tech oriented?
yeah, like the technically adept people that like have dealt with like asset development, they were kind of pointing out like are VV's assets going to be ready for even the VV verse? And so that was spot on, like a spot on analysis that a couple of people had in the community, and it looks like that panned out as what they brought up. So I don't know what the timeline looks like. I think VV needs to answer that question. Like, how long is that going to take? And I think it's okay to be asking that question so people can have the expectations of, what they need to do in the short term. So, yeah, not too surprising here. It may take them a while. I don't know. I don't know how big VV's team is to actually handle that migration or like asset, converting it or fine tune whatever they need to do. I don't know how long that's going to take. Could take a few months, could take half a year, could take maybe longer, especially as they keep rolling out collectibles. So as long as the collectibles are already like from the get go made for cavernous and Unreal Engine and things like that, and the asset to begin with is dropped that way on the VV app, then that wouldn't be a problem. But I think they're having to go back and update each and every one and figure that part out. So they're gonna have to build a process for each collectible moving forward.
That makes sense, and I guess it really
Yeah,
just depends on how long this process takes, whether this
yeah.
tweet should be taken as like bullish or not. On a different note, I found this interesting. I actually haven't watched Corey's review or Corey talking about it, but they did announce Happy Tree Friends. Did you ever watch that growing up?
No, no, I don't know
Oh,
what
you
it
did?
is. Yeah,
What?
yeah,
Uh,
I have no idea.
It's oh, dude, it's kinda weird to explain. It's essentially this, like, really dark cartoons. I'm not even, like, a huge Happy Tree Friends fan. It just reminds me of my childhood of watching, like, YouTube videos that I probably shouldn't have watched. It's like OG, like, weird YouTube. Like, you can actually see in this video, I don't know how blurry it is for you guys, but, like, this the bear gets his head cut off and smashed with a guitar.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah, it's, like, really, really dark, like, not kid-friendly whatsoever. It was super random of them to drop this because I wouldn't expect it. But Happy Tree Friends was very viral. I mean, let's see
Wait,
how many.
Mondo Media? Is that it's not the same Mondo posters guys, is it?
I didn't think it was, but I mean,
Yeah, okay. I was
I'm
just
not
wondering.
completely sure. They had a huge following on YouTube. Let's see how many followers they have. I guess. Well, the HD only has 185,000 followers, but it does say under Mondo Media, Mondo Media is 5.59 million subscribers. So
Yeah, I saw some pictures, like somebody said that like their videos get millions of views, but I don't know how long ago that was. I've never heard of them, so maybe it's just a YouTube like centered like IP or something.
oh, it's definitely a YouTube centered IP as far as like Happy Tree Friends go. That's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
That's again, I just watched so much YouTube growing up that that kind of hits home with me. But I wouldn't consider myself a fan by any means. It's not really my style of humor. It just kind of was a throwback, and I would not expect VV to to have this brand.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting. I'm not gonna go for it because it's not my cup of tea as well. I try to stick with like superheroes, well-known IP, art, and things I like. So I probably like and stuff that like I know my daughter and my little kids might like too. So for this one, it's a big no because I don't want my daughters getting into my app and like
Yeah,
pulling up a bloody like little character that might like give them nightmares. So
yeah. Well, if you're looking for that, the Happy Tree Friends is for you for sure.
yeah, interesting. Yeah, that's a random one for sure. One said it had 11 million, 111. That is insane. That
Yeah,
was the OG days too of YouTube when you could just rack up millions of views, but just like shocking content.
yeah.
That
And
days are
that
kind of like
stuff
over.
was like uncomfortable content, and then it wasn't diluted. So yeah, for sure. Yeah, all that being said, man, there's one more topic I really want to talk about, and we'll try to keep today's episode short, and then we'll get into the alpha, just out of respect for your birthday, because I know you got stuff to do. Doodles announced something pretty big. I don't know if you saw this yet. It's a flagship and retail and entertainment experience. It's called Doodle Camp, launching this summer. Did you see that?
No, I haven't yet.
Watch, let me show you their little preview.
I
Um,
saw that they rolled out the Doodle Studio though.
Yeah, yeah. It looks like that this experience is to capture uh like more attention from like an IRL, like a different audience besides the Web3 audience. I actually haven't seen a whole lot of detail about it, and a lot of people are excited. I'm thinking it's like literally like a little camp for people to go to and like to have an experience, because people are comparing it to they did the Doodle Putt Putt, which I didn't get to participate in, but I saw the setup and it was really cool. And then they did the SXSW stuff, which I don't really know what they did there. So I guess this is going to tie in with IRL events, which Doodles has always been pretty good at.
Yeah, that's interesting. That I don't know why, but that like visual reminds me of Dagaku's like commercial or whatever with the little dragon hopping off the bookshelf like into the door. It looks like super similar. It's kind
So
of interesting.
so they have a little Digidiagraku. That's a throwback, man. It feels like it anyways. They do
Got
have
rugged.
what you can expect here.
Did you
There's
rugged us? I'm just kidding. I saw them
Doodles.
finally tweet about the villains in like
Yeah,
ages
finally.
ago or
Yeah, I did good on that.
recently.
Point 0.6 profit. Doodles, first kids and family focused merch. So that's gonna be really cool. For shout out to all the DJ dads and moms out there. It's gonna be so this is like a camp. 6,000 square feet of immersive Doodles experience and storytelling, and then family friendly daytime programming and adult focused evening events, and introduction to story behind the Doodles brand and characters. So this is literally a camp, Kyle. Like a Web3 project is putting on a camp for people to go to in the summertime and have an experience.
Did they I guess did they say where it's at or is this just for doodle holders only?
Yeah, so it's going to be working with Camp Store, and it's going to be, I guess, in several different places, because it talks about New York City, Los Angeles, and Dallas. I guess known for unique shop play hybrid experiences with branded themes like location, like Disney's Encanto, Nike, and Little Mermaid. So it's talking about camp stores, I guess, like where these camp stores are at. I guess this is like literally it's only 1,000 followers, but it's literally like a brand that like puts on camps.
Hmm.
So they actually
Yeah.
talk about it more in their article. Let me pull this up real quick. This is their little experience, and they talk all about it right here. They talk about what we just said. I'm trying to find if they actually say where that's going to be. I don't think it's just going to be for holders though, because part of it. It's supposed to expand, from Web3 to like new people.
Yeah, yeah, like that's their whole thing is like trying to break out into mainstream, which we see Pudgy Penguins did a really good job on Amazon, so shout out to them. It'll be interesting to see what Doodles does here, and to see if that kind of like works for their overall strategy.
So it does say that. All right, so this is for everybody, because it says it opens mainstream audience exponentially bigger than Web3. Okay, but if you are a Doodles holder, it said, if you're original Doodles collector, you'll be able to get special access and benefits at the camp, including free entry, merch credits, collector services, and custom creation opportunities. So it looks like it's going to be open, but holders are going to have a special experience. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, no doubt. I could like that would be cool to like I wonder how what immersive experience means, but it'd be cool if they integrated AR or VR into their project and what they're doing. I know that's like kind of I feel like that's gonna go like be where kind of everyone goes eventually. If they have the capability or like the treasury or like they're big enough to do so. Just because it just makes it like just seeing Artifact do it, I feel like they're kind of like leading the way there in terms of like what IP can do. Obviously Nike bought them out, so maybe
Yeah.
that's where a lot of projects will go.
Shout out to the beginning of this video when we talked about Dot Swoosh and EA working together, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, and this is going to be an ongoing experience, and so it's starting soon, but like this summer, but it will continue to go on. So I think this is cool, very different for Web3 project. I feel like a lot of times we see the same thing happening over and over again, but this is unique to say the least.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Did you see the that Assassin's Creed's doing those like smart collectibles or whatever? It's like a physical collectible, and but you can like mint an NFT inside of it and like have it printed on the inside. It's something like that. It's something crazy that
I did
Assassin's Creed
not
is
see
doing.
that. What the heck? I'll look at
Yeah, and they're
see.
they're I mean, it's super scarce. I mean, there's only like 1,200 of those collectibles. So if you're lucky enough to get one, they might be worth quite a bit. So I tried to get in a raffle, but I failed. So I doubt I'll be able to snag one. Because I think they're going to be $200 to $300 per collectible. On that end, then there's another IP, Alien. The guy that made Alien, I guess he's like one of the artists, maybe that invented the Alien. Maybe I'm not like big on like who invented Alien or who made it, but there's a big or there's a drop coming up. I think it's super limited, scarce, and his collectible looks insane. Like it looks like it looks real, like realistic. Like it's like looks like real life. Um, so yeah, that one's gonna be another interesting one. But that one's expensive. It's like $1,000. So I don't know
So
how
is the
well that's
creator of
gonna do.
Assassin's Creed Square Enix? I guess Square
Yeah.
Enix and Ubisoft, so that makes sense. So Square Enix already has
Uh-huh.
an NFT, and Ubisoft obviously has been in the space, so it doesn't
Yeah. Yep.
completely surprise me.
Yeah, it's cool to
Speaking of
see they keep
follow,
putting
actually, what's up?
I was just gonna say it's cool that they keep putting more IP into the space. So that's awesome. Because Assassin's Creed's a big one.
Yeah, I was gonna pull up the detail. I actually found the details of this that I can share. And again, this might be blurry. I don't know what's wrong with my internet connection, but I'll explain it to you. And Eli, I'm going to get to your comment in just a second.
May
So Assassin's
30th.
Creed Smart Collectibles are coming May 30th. So this happened a couple days ago. So I guess we can look at it.
Yeah.
Supply is 1,500. IRL Smart Collectibles are unique collectibles consisting of physical and digital components. The physical components are 3D printed cube authenticated by authentic vision and NFC tags. So where was this? This was on somebody wrote a thread. Oh, so they actually have their own Twitter account and it's a thread. So let's go look at this and see like what these prices are now. I didn't even
Yeah,
hear
it'd
about
be interesting. I missed the drop. I completely forgot. I've been so like doing the ordinal BRC 20 like grind, so I haven't been paying attention too much.
still says coming soon on this. So
Interesting.
I don't know.
Wonder.
Maybe you'd have to sign up or something. I don't want to give you any information right now. Um yeah, this just kind of talks about everything. I don't know. This is something to look into for sure. Can't really it said that it happened on May 30th, but I'm not seeing anything. Another Cube sneak peek. The release date is closing in. Secure your allow list. Okay.
I got a quick question for you about your setup. Did your wife go with the black background for you? Did she pick that?
Yeah, she did. But we're not done yet. Obviously, that whole section still needs there. We have more wallpaper to put
Dude,
up.
that's crazy because my wife was trying to turn my she was trying to paint my whole wall back here black, and I told her no.
What'd you tell her no?
I don't know. I don't know because I'm weird.
Oh. Yeah, my wife picked it out. I would flex it
It's
off
cool,
and
man. It's got like a
my
little
camera
pattern to
would
it.
suck right now. Yeah, it does have a
It
little
looks
pattern.
like you being pixelated along with that pattern makes you look like you're a part of the blockchain.
Yeah, man, I'm just here for the art, you know. That's what I'm trying to that's what I'm trying to convey. So I have some alpha for you. This actually is different than the alpha that I said at the beginning, and it's right here. So talking about these Assassin's Creed smart collectibles, it looks like if you want to be able to get on the allow list, all you have to do is hop in the Discord, be active, win mini games, or get one through allotted whitelist to other projects. So in other words, get in the Discord and you can either be active, or you can play some games, or you can win it. You still have you still have a chance for these Assassin's Creed smart collectibles that are scarce, as Kyle claimed. So be sure to get that. The next part of alpha that I wanted to say is Eli actually already brought it up. You guys picked Trevor's free BTC Summer NFT up yet? I think that would be utility tied to holder. So Trevor is my boss over at Ninja Alerts, and he does have an NFT now. Or I say he's already had an NFT, which was Ninja Alerts, of course, but he's just doing a fun one right now, and I'm gonna go find it real quick. It's a free mint on Manifold. It's this, and it's like pretty much trending, which is crazy. It's also trending on Ninja Alerts. It's basically to commemorate Ninja Alerts launch. And it's in our Discord that I was talking about earlier. So if you go to our Discord, which I mentioned at the beginning, you can find the Manifold link. And you basically just go there, go to Manifold, and get a free one. It's just a free claim. You just got to pay gas. This is cool.
Rock on. I'm waiting for my stacks to come in. I'm gonna buy one finally after like I don't know however long it's been since those Crash Punks minted out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna finally buy one today.
I have one.
I know
Very
you
cool.
had one. You had it as your Discord PFP for a while.
Yeah, it's still my Discord PFP. I might
Yeah.
change it to an ordinal one, but yeah, it's still my Discord one. Eli also asked, "What are your thoughts on OXBT can become able to obtain 15,000 tokens?" I feel like it will be big, and I should hold for a while. Yeah, actually thinking about accumulating more OXBT. So OXBT was the a huge token, a BRC20 that we got for free for participating in it. Unfortunately, the market in itself isn't doing great right now, but like if BRC20s succeed, and I don't think I definitely trust the founder, BitGod. Yeah, I mean, I think it has so much wiggle room to go. What do you think, Kyle?
Yeah, I mean, they've been teasing a Binance listing. I mean, if they can pull off a Binance listing, it'd be like the featured BRC20 of Binance and all these other different exchanges, which they kind of already are. This one could be the number one BRC20 token we're looking at. It does have a history behind it as well. The O stands for ordinals, and then the XBT stands for the ticker symbol from back in 2016 from when BitMEX founder, labeled their futures XBT. So, anyways, it was the first Bitcoin future ticker, basically, and this one of the first in the space. So,
I wish I just had you blown up when you explained that. That'd be a good clip of you explaining
I'm gonna explain it again.
that. Yeah, I don't
So
think people.
XBT it has some history. We could be looking at the number one BRC20 token. The O in OXBT stands for ordinals, and the XBT stands for the original ticker symbol from 2016 on BitMEX's exchange. The founder had labeled the futures ticker for Bitcoin on their exchange XBT. So a little history there on OXBT's name and ticker
So if
symbol.
you're just tuning in, you definitely got a quick little recap. If you're here already, you're probably annoyed by now. But that is some really good alpha for OXBT. And just kind of talking about it, like, yeah, if BRC20s succeed, I have a lot of confidence in OXBT. So we'll just kind of see how that goes. All that being said, that was a lot covered. You now have a free mint. You now have information on the Assassin's Creed meant so are like being able to get the allow list. So thanks for that alpha. And
And we were covering dot swoosh and they dropped EA. Like, let's go, baby.
Ayo. So even if I'm blurry, even if I'm a little crypto punk right now, if you're listening to this, you're getting alpha and you're staying with it. So we appreciate you guys. Give us some love by liking the video, sharing out the video, whatever you can do to interact. And thank you for being here. Kyle, do you have anything else today?
No.
That's it.
Be like an
That's it.
ordinal. Be authentic.
Yeah, man. Seriously, thank you guys. I am gonna try to fix my setup. I've upgraded my modem. I've upgraded my router. I've paid for more internet. If somebody listening to this is
Upgrade your
like,
flux capacitor, bro. That's what you need.
if somebody listening to this is really good with this type of stuff and has any recommendations to help my upload speed and to help me not be blurry after all those things I just named, hit me up on Twitter. I would really appreciate your help. There's me asking for your help. Go get that free NFT. And Kyle, what you're saying? Be like an NFT. Be
Be
fungible.
authentic. Be fungible.
non-fungible.
Don't get rugged, baby.
Yeah, be like an NFT and don't get rugged by people pretending. Oh, I got to say that before we wrap up. Sad, super sad story happened this week with this girl who built up rep in the space, apparently social engineered people allegedly, and ends up launching her project. Come to find out, after being endorsed by some major influencers and raising thousands of thousands, probably hundreds of thousands of dollars, she rugs or he rugs or whatever, and pretended to have cancer to sell out. And yeah, so there's that. There's your moral high note to end on. Don't be like that person. Be better.
Yeah, don't be grifting. Don't be, participating in scam coins or starting scam coins. Don't be starting pumping up groups, things like that. Yeah,
Yeah, please don't do those things.
don't do that.
All right. Happy birthday, Kyle. Everybody give Kyle a warm happy birthday on Twitter, YouTube. If you're not subscribed to him, go subscribe to him. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of DJ and Dads. We'll see you guys next Thursday at 10 a.m. Central Time. Peace out, everybody.